Why are you marching?
Oh, pick an issue.
Pick an issue.
Hitting the streets of San Diego as the world watches a transition of power, the march that's unifying so many causes. Kids, artists, and our four-legged friends all getting a boost from county grants, the pros and cons of government funding. Tonight, we're following the money.
Opening the page is a chain reaction sort of event. That's where the energy is coming from to make these pieces work.
And magical worlds open up with paper, the science and art behind pop-up books. KPBS Evening Edition starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Ebony Monet. El Chapo has been extradited to the United States. Mexico's Foreign Relations Department announced the move on Twitter today. U.S. officials say the DEA took custody of the notorious drug lord in Ciudad Juarez. He was then taken across the border to El Paso and flown to New York. Guzman is wanted in several U.S. jurisdictions, including San Diego, for drug trafficking and other charges. He made 2 brazen prison escapes in Mexico and spent years on the run as the country's most wanted man. President-elect Donald Trump arrived in Washington, D.C. today to kick off inauguration festivities. Trump flew in a military plane and was joined by his wife Melania and other members of his family. Trump will be sworn in tomorrow at 9 in the morning Pacific time, followed by an afternoon parade and at least 3 inaugural balls. Trump is expected to speak and dance at all 3. Thousands of people are expected to take part in a march against Trump this weekend. The San Diego Women's March is scheduled for Saturday. KPBS health reporter Kenny Goldberg says today volunteers got together for a poster-making party at the main office of Planned Parenthood.
There was a party-like atmosphere at the event, where women of all ages made posters and signs for Saturday's march.
Hi, everybody.
Sarah Dolgen-Shaftel is the lead organizer for the San Diego Women's March. She decided to get involved for one big reason.
For my daughter. I am concerned about the future of her rights, her human rights as a woman, and I believe that if not now, when, and if not me, who?
Dolgen-Shaftel says she's worried about the efforts to reduce women's access to reproductive health care and take away the right to control their own bodies.
These are basic human rights that should be protected. So we're really hoping that this march inspires people to get out there and start doing something. This is the time. We can't wait around.
Members of Planned Parenthood will be out in force for Saturday's march. Republicans in Congress are threatening to cut off the organization's federal funding.
Why are you marching?
Oh, pick an issue.
Pick an issue.
Planned Parenthood Vice President Sita Walsh says marchers aren't going to put up with that.
They have awakened a giant called women's feelings about human rights and women's rights. And this giant is going to be showing up in San Diego and Washington and in markets all over the country.
When Peter Boland heard about the Women's March, he felt he couldn't sit on the sidelines.
I'm concerned about the environment. I am concerned about education, about LGBTQ rights, about health care, et cetera, et cetera. And this isn't a protest march for me. This is about standing up for what we are for.
Organizers are expecting more than 22,000 San Diegans at Saturday's march. Dolgen-Shaftel says marchers are putting the Trump administration on notice.
We're concerned about what they're going to do. And so I think that we need to make sure that they know that we're watching and we are here to make sure that they do right by us and the country.
Kenny Goldberg, KPBS News.
The San Diego Women's March will get underway at the San Diego Civic Center Plaza at 10 in the morning Saturday. KPBS continues to follow the transition of power in Washington, D.C. Our live coverage starts at 7 a.m. tomorrow on KPBS Radio. We'll have reaction from San Diego and beyond tomorrow night on KPBS Evening Edition. An already soggy January in San Diego got even wetter today. We saw the first in a series of Pacific storms blow through. Now, here's a live look at Mission Valley tonight. What you can see here, the streets are blocked off due to rising water from the San Diego River. This is actually the backside of the Fashion Valley Mall, and cars are not able to get in and out. Instead, they're being rerouted to Friars Road, which is likely very high dense traffic due to rush hour. Authorities are also keeping an eye on possible flooding in the Tijuana Valley. They saw nearly an inch of rain there today. We're expecting 2 more back-to-back storms over the next few days. The San Diego coast is also under a high surf warning. California's wet season is far from over, but already the state is nearing a full season's worth of rain and snow. KPBS science reporter David Wagner has an update of the KPBS Drought Tracker.
The wet season stretches from October 1st to April 1st, but with more than 2 months still left to go, California rain and snow levels are already getting pretty close to 100% of normal for the entire season. Statewide rainfall is at 96% of normal, and the average Sierra snowpack measurement is at 87%. Scripps Institution of Oceanography climate researcher Dan Kahan helped compile this data.
The storms have cooled and the snow has accumulated, and it's crept down to lower elevations. So we're doing pretty well.
And though the drought isn't over yet, Kahan says this weekend's storms could push those impressive numbers even higher. David Wagner, KPBS News.
2 emergency homeless shelters in downtown San Diego are opening tonight, offering extra beds to people who want to get out of the rain. Father Joe's Villages on Imperial Avenue can take in 250 people. The Path San Diego Connections housing on 6th Avenue has room for 30. Officials say meals will be provided by both. Various county agencies are offering free sandbags to residents. They can help prevent runoff and divert mud and debris away from homes. Around the county, fire stations are offering the bags. In the city of San Diego, it's rec centers that have them. We have a complete list of where you can find them on our website, kpbs.org. Every year, San Diego County supervisors get millions of dollars to give out in grants to nonprofits and government agencies that help their district. iNews Source reporter Leo Castaneda took a look at where the money is coming from and where it's going.
Indoor basketball courts, surf dogs, surfathon, commemorative t-shirts, and a La Jolla Playhouse website are amongst the projects San Diego taxpayers helped pay for this year. The largest recipients of county grants include nonprofits like the San Diego Opera, Pro Kids Golf Academy, and San Diego County's own Department of Parks and Recreation. The money comes from one of a couple of funds controlled by the Board of Supervisors. One of them is called the Neighborhood Reinvestment Program, and it gives supervisors $10 million to distribute throughout grants any ways they want. The program has rules in place to make sure supervisors aren't publicly thanked or recognized for giving out taxpayers' money. Another $5 million came from the Community Enhancement Program. That money comes from the county's hotel room tax and has almost doubled since 2012. That program doesn't have any protections against gifts or recognition for supervisors for giving out grants. The 2 funds are legal, but Carl Luna, a political science professor at Mesa College, said they can be a double-edged sword.
Well, the upside of these discretionary funds, critics would call them slush funds, is that supervisors can reach out to their constituents, reward things in their communities, and put a human face on government. You actually see things that are done by government. The downside is, of course, it allows supervisors, elected officials, to use public funds to generate goodwill toward them, which can help them in elections and campaigns.
To see which organizations have received supervisor grants, go to inewssource.org. For KPBS, I'm iNews Source reporter Leo Castaneda.
The Chargers may have left the queue, but the Aztecs will still call it home. San Diego State University leaders are in talks with the city about a lease extension. The team plans to continue to play home games at Qualcomm Stadium through 2020. They're still working out how to handle signage, skybox rentals, and updating the video boards, all things previously handled by the NFL. Also sticking around is the Aztecs head coach. Rocky Long has just received a 5-year contract extension. Long has guided the Aztecs to consecutive Mountain West titles, 6 straight bowl games, and has an overall record of 54-26. And when you count his record at the University of New Mexico, he's the winningest coach in the league history. SDSU leaders say while losing the Chargers is too bad, they're hoping to gain new football fans who maybe don't want to drive 4 hours to see good football. New leadership is coming to the Del Mar track, this after a rash of horse deaths. Last season, more than a dozen horses died after races or workouts. Today, the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club announced it has hired Dennis Moore. Moore is the new superintendent. He holds the same position at Santa Anita. Del Mar officials say he has more than 47 years of racing experience. 6 more people have died due to complications from the flu in San Diego area, including an otherwise healthy 45-year-old woman. So far, 14 people have died from the flu this season, 11 more than this time last year. For prevention, federal health officials recommend a flu shot, frequent hand washing, and avoiding sick people. We told you about the first round of rain in San Diego today. Shanae Shocker tells us just how long it's going to last.
The first round of Pacific storms has finally reached San Diego County. Now, we haven't seen extremely heavy downpours along with this system. Currently, we're just over 1/10 of an inch, but Los Angeles, well over 1/2 of an inch of rainfall over the last few hours, or a few days actually, and that's going to continue throughout the weekend even. Now, the good news with this rainfall, the drought has severely begun to be decreased. As we look at last week or 2 weeks ago into last week, not too much has happened, but then we take a look at our current conditions here, and you can see this area of exceptional drought has gotten much smaller just off towards the north of Los Angeles. But extreme drought is still an issue here in San Diego County and across much of Southern California as well. So we'll be paying attention to that as we continue to see these Pacific storms cross over the region, dropping plenty of rain. And tonight we're going to get just a shower across the metro area, so not heavy rain for this evening. 55 degrees for tonight across much of the county. Showers, especially out near the coast, definitely possible. Just north of Oceanside and into Long Beach, we'll be seeing more likely of a chance of a couple of showers. Into Ramona, showers possible as well as down in towards San Diego County. Now out towards the mountains and the deserts, we're staying dry for tonight, but we are going to be seeing those clouds begin to really build across the region. Into Friday, this is where we're going to see our heavier periods of rain from the coast in towards the mountains, as well as some gustier winds. So we do have a high surf advisory in effect out on the coastal regions, and also a high wind advisory in towards the desert areas as well. So the desert slopes of the mountains, that's where we're going to be seeing the highest winds. But if you're headed up towards the north, several feet of snow possible, especially around I-5 down near parts of Los Angeles as well. And then the Donner Pass, if you're headed out towards Reno or anywhere really further in California around I-80, this is where we're going to be seeing several feet of snow and passes even closing as well, including the Donner Summit. So Northern California and Central California definitely in the mix for some very tough winter conditions on the roads at the higher elevations. Out on the coast for us, we'll continue to see downpours for our Friday, and it is going to be breezy as well. A couple of showers going to stick around with us through our Saturday. Sunday comes around, afternoon rain, and Monday we're going to see once again another round of rain as well, but this one's going to drop our temperatures down into the 50s. Our total as far as rainfall goes through Monday of next week, we're looking around 2 to 5 inches for the valleys in the coastal regions. Inland, that's pretty much the same story here. We'll see that afternoon rain return for our Sunday. Looks like the wettest day is going to be Friday, and then in towards Monday as well. Into the mountains we go, and we are going to continue to see cooler weather here, so heavier snow possible, as I was talking about, at the higher elevations. In fact, for today, our snowfall reaching down towards the 5,500 foot elevations as well. As we head towards afternoon, afternoon on our Sunday, we'll see some rainfall, and it's going to stay snowy for Monday as well. And we will continue to see around 2 feet of snow around 5,500 feet and just up to a foot from 4,500 up to that area. Into the deserts, last but not least, we'll see some cooler conditions on our Friday with some rainfall. Sunday and Monday, spotty showers as well. Temperature is going to drop down into the upper 50s. For KPBS News, I'm Shanae Shocker.
A close call for a hiker in Southern California. This is video of the rescue from San Bernardino firefighters. A woman slid 50 feet while hiking on Mount Baldy on Tuesday. That's about 50 miles east of Los Angeles. She hung on for dear life using an ice axe. Then firefighters in a chopper swooped in to fly her to safety. Researchers say global warming is robbing the planet of some of its most pleasant days. AP reporter Emily Roseman says we could have 10 fewer picture-perfect days per year by the end of the century.
Seattle, known for having plenty of dreary days. It's really cold. But due to climate change, Seattle's future weather is looking brighter. In the first of its kind study, new report says that global warming will bring milder days to the city.
Seattle is a rainy and cold city in the north. By the middle of the century, it's going to have an increase of 3 mild days per year, and by the end of the century, it will have an increase of 9 days per year.
While people in Seattle might enjoy the nicer weather, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says the planet, overall, will have 4 fewer mild days by 2035 and 10 fewer by the end of the century. Cities like New York, Chicago, and the country's southern region will notice it more in the summer, either too hot or too humid. Mild days are defined as having temperatures ranging from 68 to 86 degrees, low humidity, and no more than a trace of rain.
Even if it's sunny and warm and low precipitation, that isn't necessarily a good thing, because the lack of precipitation and it being so warm has led to a loss of snowpack and water resource issues.
But losing milder days not only means fewer days to enjoy outdoors. Researchers say it will also harm agricultural production and allow disease-carrying insects to thrive. Miami especially will be hit hard. The study estimates that the city will lose a month of mild days from spring and fall by the end of the century.
And so I think this study really resonates with people because it relates to something that they can understand and they see in their everyday lives.
Liz Gibson has noticed the changes living in Seattle the past 30 years.
When I first moved here, we used to get really cold winters, and they've been more mild and less snow recently.
A view echoed by another Seattle dweller.
The idea of more mild days in Seattle I like the idea of it, but I think from a climate change standpoint, it's probably not the best thing.
Scientists say global warming not just triggering extreme weather, but also taking away beautiful weather days. Emily Roseman, Associated Press.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next News Hour. Faking Normal, a Making Sense report about what life is like for middle-class people living on the edge of financial ruin. That's Thursday on the PBS News Hour.
The Lunar New Year Tet Festival at Qualcomm has been postponed due to the unusual amount of rain in this weekend's forecast. It's one of several local festivals for the holiday that marks the Year of the Rooster. KPBS reporter Taryn Minto explains why in City Heights, it's more than just a celebration.
This diorama at the San Diego Chinese Historical Museum portrays a typical Lunar New Year scene. Outside, there are vibrant costumes and eccentric dances to ward off evil for the upcoming new year. Inside, families visit and feast on traditional cuisine while children rip into red envelopes filled with cash. Yen Tu helps plan the Chinese Lunar New Year celebration in San Diego, which is the longest-running festival in its 35th year.
Chinese New Year is about harvest time. This is during the when you're done with your harvest, and so you're able to celebrate. And this is also a new moon, and this is also a time where family get together and wish everybody a good year.
She says several Asian countries celebrate the holiday, and the growing number of festivals across the county help bring the culture to San Diego. One of those is the Little Saigon San Diego Foundation's Tet Festival, which is in its 7th year.
So the people can, feel and taste, how the culture look like.
The foundation's board chairman, Sue Nguyen, says the annual celebration was meant to bring much needed attention to the Vietnamese district in City Heights. He says he's lived in the neighborhood for more than 2 decades and he wants to help improve the area.
The sidewalk need to be walkable. If you walk into Little Saigon district right now, I don't think we can walk at night. And then I want more safe.
Proceeds from the festival's ticket sales will go toward beautifying the district. Festival attendees will be treated to dances, costumes, and nearly 24 Asian food vendors over the 3-day festival. Volunteer Arlene Paraizo says she joined the foundation to help it leave a mark on the area.
I like that they're trying to revitalize the City Heights, Little Saigon district area, because I remember when downtown was scary. A lot of people are surprised. Little Italy was not any place that you went, and now it is the place you go.
Nguyen says the group has already made progress on the first stage of its 10-year plan to place monuments along the street. A Little Saigon business owner donated the funds to erect the first one, a flagpole that will display the Vietnamese heritage flag. He says he's just waiting on the city to approve the permit. Taryn Mento, KPBS News.
The Tet Festival at Qualcomm is now scheduled for February 3rd to the 5th. Details on other festivals in the region are at kpbs.org. Growing up, you may have had a shelf with a few simple pop-up books. Pull the tab and the cow's head moves from side to side. Today's pop-ups are feats of engineering. In tonight's Saitek Report, pop-up artist Matthew Reinhardt talks about the mechanisms and structures that drive his designs.
There is something kind of like amazing about taking something that's just paper, it's just like this 2D thing, and sort of rearranging it and cutting it up and making it into something that you can't believe happens. My name is Matthew Reinhardt and I am a pop-up book artist. The background that I have in zoology and anatomy and all those sort of things, that comes in a lot to the way that I engineer, because you look at the way things come together, the way things move. If the body goes outward like this, you don't want the folds to be going inwards on something. All these things work together so that it feels natural. The other one that I think made the biggest impact on me were Transformers. Just the actual toys. There was something about the way that they went together and became something else, this transformations changing. That aspect I think really stayed with me, and I think that that's why I still collect Transformers and have thousands. I'll write out an outline, just a basic idea of what the pop will be. T-Rex, head, bites, reader, that's it. I don't know how it's gonna happen with all the engineering, I just know that that's what I want to happen. The next step is actually engineering, by hand. Like, there isn't a computer program that does this stuff. It's like low-tech engineering. We're using really simple stuff, me cutting up paper and folding it and taping it. If I use like an artist tape, that makes a nice hinge. There's another way that you can attach paper, so that like one piece will go through kind of another. It's a really loose hinge. There are really 2 main mechanisms. V-fold is probably the most important. It causes things to move in an arc. I mean, some of my pop-ups may use 20 of them all working in different directions to make one thing happen. The second one is something called a layer. Basically a box that's flat and then opening up. So that usually is used for structure. You have to first get the base structure and how that's going to fit on the page. You get the core built and then the arms can work around it. The V-folds that are moving directly off of the base page, those are the first ones that are really gonna activate. Opening the page is a chain reaction sort of event. That's where the energy is coming from to make these pieces work. That energy is distributing out to the first mechanisms that are built off of it. As you continue to open, there continues to be power, and that is moving further outward. You can build a V-fold, and then you can build a V-fold off a V-fold. I mean, it can go on indefinitely. And the further I work away from the base page, it's going to happen later. Sometimes people only open it, maybe 90 degrees, just to get a peek in there. Because you want something to happen in that first bit that will get them excited. And there's certain ways that you can adjust things so that something happens within that short amount of time. Narrow V-folds, they open completely very quickly because there's not a huge arc that they have to move across. But they also don't move very much. There's also very wide V-folds that move like this huge arc. So you may not see any of that action until those last moments before you open the book completely flat. But usually if you're working close enough to the center fold, then you're getting all that happening relatively soon. So there's sort of rules with some of this engineering, and I'll bend the rules to make those mechanisms work. I've used different types of paper and things. There's one pop-up from my Dragons book that actually uses tissue paper garlands to build its body. Usually when you make a pyramid on a pop-up, structurally it just sits there. I didn't like the size that I could get from doing that. So the pyramid actually flips. Later, I started making pops that there was some way of affecting that three-dimensional object to turn into something else. It's like I cheat and get an extra pop in. In Lego, there's I think it's the tallest one I've ever done. Almost pokes you in the face. Everyone who's seen it is kind of freaked out that thing can get, this high within the book. Most of what I do, I don't know how I did it. I mean, I do, but I don't. It's what were you thinking about that month? You have to rebuild things over and over and over again, make sure they work right. One little thing could go wrong and you have to figure out things to counter that. I built the Optimus Prime from my Transformer pop-up probably about 25 times because there's so many different moving pieces that have to work. Making pop-ups is something a kid can do. You've got the material and you've got the tools like scissors and you've got some tape. I do it for them. I do it for, of course, myself. I want to wow me. I want to wow any reader, any age. Hopefully it gets them excited about, how's this done? And can I do this? And I want to make this and I want to be creative.
This story comes to us from Saitek Now, which can be seen Sundays at 5:30 here on KPBS. You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.